Hi, welcome. My name's Dale McCluskey. In this video, I just wanted to take a minute to mention that I've actually accepted a invitation to engage in a debate by way of Magic K-9. And again, a video that I'd actually referenced as part of my Flipping the Script series. And again, if you haven't watched this series, I encourage you to check it out, where again, I go through and talk about, what the source of the problem is in the dog training world. Again, very specific, information-based, going through all of it: balanced dog training, force-free training, devices, counter conditioning, behavioral adjustment training, and on it goes. In terms of, again, of how it is that this very popular idea that training is a learning-based exercise once a relationship problem is already underway between a dog and owner. Again, talk about how that sets in motion by way of, of motivating dogs to respond at the very beginning of a relationship problem, how that sets in motion a counterfeit picture for many within the framework of response. So again, talking about why it's so common for people to invest time, money, and energy into this idea. Dogs looking amazing, as they're moving around the dog training environment, doing the great sit, down, come, and stay. Meanwhile, perception of dogs not changing. Understand that this is part of the package deal when it comes to this very popular idea. It's part of the, blame shifting, and how blame shifting has become normalized, in the dog training world by way of both these groups, balanced and force-free. And so again, talking about the real issue. Now, here's the interesting thing. Again, the video I put out by way of Magic K-9, again, I encourage you to watch it. I talk about the issue about, talk about what balanced dog training represents in terms of, again, of, the reactive posture, the role of influence. And if you watch, again, the back and forth, the contrast there in terms of a dog, in terms of control manifesting, I talk about, a intentional interaction-based method, how influence itself aligns, being dialed in, to the relationship, the dog's state of mind the right way. But again, if you see this back and forth contrast, the dog is actually, yelping, And again, this is why I talk about this whole thing about, even in terms of, and this is one of the problems in the dog training world, even attempting to interpret, reconcile certain reactions, And this will actually plays off this contrast situation, this being, startled, as control is allowing to be manifested. You see this dog, move and lunging forward, and then, pinch collar. And again, this issue about, this even plays into this whole issue about, if you watch the Larry Crone video I put out in the seminar, it'll all make sense. The same type of thing with, I talk about one of the big themes that's missing in balanced dog training is the issue about being dialed in. The role of influence. And so, even finding the working level, is, takes on new meaning, when, again, by way of not being dialed into a dog's state of mind, where a balanced dog training is allowing control to manifest. You'll see how dogs' heads are pivoting, controls manifest, and dogs moving on the lead, and then they start to hit that button, and then it's like, well, guess what? You got to dial it up, because again, influence itself isn't proactive, And again, I talk about this, the ingredients of intentional control and influence, part of a process once a relationship problem is underway. So again, even the Jeff Gellman bonker situation with that startled reaction, how it is that balanced dog trainers piled on to that in terms of, trying to label that as abuse. So I talk about that whole thing with, making sense to the dog. The thing about, the alignment of influence by way of the dog owner. So again, shine a light on the dog owner. So understand that these are all the themes I'm going to be addressing, during this podcast. So we're going to get into it, But again, I talk about even this whole issue, Magic K-9's kind of role in this. It's interesting. I talk about the Ivan Belanov situation where, again, responding to his video by way of, his take on the problem in the dog training world by way of, the force-free, purely positive. And so my response to that video under fair usage, and then, Magic K-9, going along with the narrative, the talking points, and their video is still up and running. Okay, mine was, copyright strike, just total hypocrisy. I'll bring that up too. So understand that, when I go on, again, understand something. When I go into these podcasts, we're actually going to talk about a real issue here. Okay, it's about connecting dots. It's about having a conversation. But again, it's being able to talk through a problem. This is why, in terms of copyright strikes, censorship, I talk about the issue about having the freedom, the ability to be able to engage, have a conversation. It's not about making it personal. It's about information. And so these trainers, again, oftentimes they get very personal, very offended. That just shows you, okay, why it is. Again, I talk about balanced dog trainers not having the conversation, not being able to talk through it because they're marketing. Okay, they're marketing this inherently flawed idea to begin with. So again, all to say that I am going to engage in debate. No issue with that at all because it's about having that conversation. Dog training world is a train wreck for a reason. You get into all that stuff, connecting some dots, all the contradictions. So that's my focus. That's what it's going to be. And so stay tuned. I will let everyone know when that's going to happen. I put my information out, ready to go. So it's all about, again, being able to talk through what the problem is in the dog training world. It's about empowering and saying this issue is about empowering dog owners, the public, to really understand what's really going on in the dog training world. It's a conversation that's not even being had. All these balanced dog trainers just pushing this stuff forward, playing both sides of the fence. Meanwhile, the dog training world is coming apart at the seams. Thanks for watching.